I woke up just thinking about things that I don't really care too much about now that I'm 50. And so just some things on my mind. And, just thinking back about life, I guess perhaps part of it is just growing up, always wanting to put a face on so many things. But I remember I would wake up at the crack of dawn and get myself ready, makeup, everything, just to look presentable. But now there's something freeing about having to sit here and not worry about having to get up at the crack of dawn. And the first thing I did was wash my face and get my face ready for the world to see. Nowadays, it's just glasses, hair in the bun most of the time because I hate my hair being in my face. And plus, living here in Oregon gets drenched by the rain. But it is very freeing, not having to worry too much about that, not having to worry too much about I gotta put on something presentable. Now it's like sweats. Love it. I mean, the chickens don't care. I actually really worked hard on was making sure that the loudest voice really is my own and not other people's. I spent my entire life, at least for a good portion of it, always worrying about what people thought about me, what people, dictating how I should be. Even in college, I remember, some of my friends were wondering, why are you even going to college for history or a psychology degree? It's like, well, you can't get a career out of it. Why don't you go into computer? Why don't you? I'm like, because one, I don't care too much about computer. Stuff like that boggles my mind. And business, I, I don't care. I'm a humanities person. Let me read and research and write. I mean, talk. That would be the best thing for me. And so I'm kind of glad I didn't listen to those people. I remember when I launched my food cart, even people were saying, why are you even doing something in that niche, right? It's like, it's so niche. No one knows anything about your cultural identity. You're just going to fail after 6 months. I mean, that was kind of a gut punch to myself, and it hurt. But at the same time, I'm like, no, but it feels right. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is the path I'm going to take. And I'm kind of glad I did, because had I listened to people, I don't think I would have had the courage to do it. And so part of me, I'm kind of glad. Maybe in some way it was a blessing in disguise to have them give me some of those really harsh words, because, I use that as fuel to launch it and to stay steady, even during tough times. So instead of using it to hurt me, I used it as ammunition to keep moving forward. Other things that I don't really care too much about now that 50 is this need for constant perfection. Goodness, I don't know about some of y'all, but for me, perfectionism has always held me back from so many things, because I've always felt like if I didn't do it right, I'm not going to do it. Otherwise, there's you're faced with criticism and etc. And especially being raised in a first generation immigrant family, and in addition to that, just growing up Asian in an Asian household. My goodness, you can't screw up, right? It's like, otherwise, what's the community gonna say? And those stuff stayed with me. And so there are so many things that I just couldn't, and I wouldn't start just because I didn't have all the right answers. Even with YouTube and posting videos, it's like, my goodness, it had to be 100% perfect. Video editing, music, all that stuff. If I look at everybody, it's like, I can't do what they're doing. And so if it doesn't look like that, then I don't need to work on it. I don't need to even do anything. I don't need to start a YouTube channel. I don't need to start creating content and uploading videos. But last year I said, you know what? I'm sure no one started out being 100% perfect. We all learn along the way. And if I waited for perfection, I'll never ever start. So I just did it. And yeah, it was horrible at first. It's one of those lifelong thing that I will continue to learn, because when you grew up making sure that everything is perfect, otherwise you're going to get shamed or made fun of for having an imperfect thing. it stays with you. But at least now that I'm older, I learned to let it go less and less, and just to force myself. Other things that I don't care too much about now that I'm 50 is this need for constant approval of what my next action or what I should be doing with my life. I mean, obviously, you have those good friends or people who are in your corner who will just give you a good, solid sounding board. But for the most part, in some ways, we just have to own our responsibility, and it's okay. It's okay if we mess up. But yeah, it's a little bit freeing, just kind of unlearning, like I said, many things about life, who we were, who we are today, and who knows who we're going to be tomorrow. I mean, the Lau tomorrows can be completely different from the Lau today. I know I'm definitely different from the woman that I was even, a year ago. I'm definitely not the same woman I was a year ago, or even 5 years ago. I just don't carry things the same way anymore. A lot of it was never mine to begin with, and that feels better.